They will tell you it cannot be done. They will look at your ideas with doubt, at your ambition with skepticism, at your dreams with disbelief. They will call you unrealistic, foolish, even naive. And yet, history belongs to those who were once called impossible. Every breakthrough, every invention, every revolution of thought and achievement was born from a dream that seemed too vast, too bold, too far out of reach. The airplane was once a laughable fantasy, the light bulb an absurd invention, the idea of space travel nothing more than the stuff of myths. But dreamers refused to shrink their vision to fit the comfort zones of others. They dared to dream big, to chase what others dismissed, and in doing so, they changed the course of humanity. You are no different. Within you burns a spark that longs to grow into fire, a vision that feels bigger than your circumstances, your resources, or even your current self. That dream exists for a reason. It is not an accident, nor a cruel trick of the imagination. It is life itself calling you higher. Too often, people smother that call beneath fear, doubt, or the comfort of conformity. They tell themselves, maybe it's too late, maybe I'm not ready, maybe it's safer to settle. But safety has never built a bridge, written a masterpiece, healed a broken system, or lifted humanity forward. It is not safety that shapes destinies, it is courage. And courage begins with a dream so bold that it stretches you, a dream so big that it makes you tremble, a dream so impossible that it forces you to grow into someone new in order to reach it. This is why your dream matters. It is not just about what you achieve, it is about who you become along the way. You may stumble, you may fail, you may face rejection, ridicule, and countless obstacles. But every step forward, no matter how small, is proof that the impossible is not a wall, it is a door. The truth is this: dreams are not reserved for the chosen few. Dreams belong to those who dare to believe. And the size of your dream determines the scale of your growth. Dream small, and you may find comfort. Dream big, and you will find transformation. The world does not need more people playing it safe. The world needs you to dream boldly, to refuse the limits imposed by fear, and to reach for the impossible until it becomes inevitable. So, let us begin here, with a choice. A choice to no longer shrink yourself to fit the narrow frame of realistic expectations. A choice to no longer apologize for wanting more. A choice to honor the dream burning inside of you, not tomorrow, not someday, but today. Because the moment you choose to dream big, you unlock the door to everything they said you could not have, and that is where the impossible begins to bow before you. To dream big is to step into the arena of the unknown. It is to stand before a vast horizon, knowing that you cannot yet see what lies beyond, but believing that something extraordinary awaits you if you dare to move forward. And yet, most people shrink from that horizon. Why? Because the human mind has been conditioned to choose safety over possibility. Deep within us lies an ancient instinct that whispers, stay where it's familiar, stay where it's safe, don't risk too much, don't dream too far. This instinct once kept our ancestors alive, but today, it too often keeps us small. When you dream big, you stir up fear because the mind cannot map out what it does not yet know. The unfamiliar feels dangerous, even if it's the very thing your soul longs for. That's why big dreams are often met first with anxiety, doubt, and resistance. But here is the truth. That resistance is not a sign to stop, it is proof that you are on the edge of growth. Growth never feels comfortable at the start. It stretches you, unsettles you, and forces you to question what you thought was possible, and in that stretch lies your transformation. Think about it. Every person who has achieved what once seemed impossible had to wrestle with this inner resistance. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before creating the light bulb. The Wright brothers were laughed at when they spoke of flying machines. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years behind bars before walking free and leading a nation. What do all these stories have in common? They show us that dreaming big is never about instant success. It is about resilience, perseverance, and the unshakable belief that what you see in your heart can one day exist in the world. Dreaming small keeps you comfortable. Dreaming big makes you grow, and growth is what awakens the deepest parts of your being. When you dream of something greater than yourself, you begin to access strength you never knew you had. Suddenly you find yourself learning new skills, developing discipline, building courage, and discovering resilience that lay dormant within you. Big dreams awaken big potential. But there is something else most people don't realize. Your dream is not just for you. The vision that burns inside you is not a private fantasy, it is a gift meant to ripple outward. When you pursue your dream, you light the way for others who are silently waiting for permission to pursue theirs. Your courage becomes their courage. Your victory becomes their hope. This is why giving up is not just about you, it is about all the lives that will never be touched if you decide to settle for less. Of course, the path will not be easy. The road to the impossible is paved with failures, rejections, and moments of doubt. But those obstacles are not punishments, they are training grounds. Every setback refines you, every rejection toughens you. Every failure teaches you what no book, no teacher, and no theory ever could. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is the raw material of success. Without failure, success cannot exist, because it is failure that forges the strength required to hold on to your dream when others would have already let go. Psychologists call this resilience, the ability to keep moving forward despite adversity. Resilience is like a muscle, it grows when you use it. The more challenges you face, the stronger you become. That is why big dreams often come with big obstacles. Life is not trying to break you. Life is trying to build you into the person capable of carrying the weight of your vision. If your dream was small, the path would be easy. But because your dream is big, the path demands a stronger, braver, wiser version of you, and that version is forged in the fire of adversity. Yet dreaming big is not only about persistence, it is also about belief. The impossible becomes possible, not simply because of effort, but because of faith. Faith is the unseen fuel that keeps you moving when there is no evidence yet of progress. Faith is what allows you to take the first step when the staircase is invisible. Faith is the force that whispers, "Keep going," when your circumstances scream, "Give up." Without faith, the dream withers. With faith, the dream breathes, even in the darkest nights. But how do you build this kind of faith? You build it by surrounding yourself with the right voices, the right influences, the right environment. If you listen to people who only see limitations, you will begin to doubt your own vision. If you spend your energy on those who tell you to be realistic, you will start shrinking your dreams to fit their comfort zones. Guard your environment. Protect your dream. Feed it with books, mentors, communities, and experiences that remind you it is possible. For dreams, like seeds, grow best in fertile soil. And here's a psychological truth you must never forget. Your habits are the bridge between your dream and your destiny. Dreaming big is not just about visualizing success, it is about aligning your daily actions with that vision. Habits are the hidden architecture of achievement. Small, consistent choices compound over time, building momentum that eventually carries you toward the impossible. Wake up early, commit to learning, take care of your health, work on your craft daily. These habits may feel ordinary, but together they create extraordinary results. It is not one giant leap that achieves the impossible, it is 1,000 small steps, taken with relentless consistency. Think of it like the ocean shaping the shore. One wave, by itself, seems insignificant. But wave after wave, day after day, the shoreline transforms. That is how dreams come alive, not through sudden miracles, but through the quiet persistence of daily habits. When your habits align with your dream, you become unstoppable. And yet, dreaming big also requires patience. We live in a culture of instant gratification, where people expect results overnight. But big dreams operate on a different timeline. They demand seasons of preparation, growth, and waiting. Just as a seed takes time to become a tree, your dream takes time to unfold. Impatience kills more dreams than failure ever will. Trust the process. Trust that every step, even the unseen ones, is moving you closer. The dream may not arrive when you want it to, but it will arrive when you are ready to hold it. The psychology of dreaming big is also the psychology of identity. When you pursue a massive vision, you cannot remain the same person you are today. You must expand your identity to match your dream. If your vision is to lead, you must see yourself as a leader before anyone else does. If your dream is to create, you must call yourself an artist, a builder, a visionary even before the world recognizes you. Identity shapes action, and action shapes destiny. Who you believe yourself to be determines how far your dream will carry you. And here lies a hidden truth. The world does not stop you, the world reflects you. If you believe you are unworthy, you will sabotage your own efforts. If you believe you are capable, you will find doors where others see walls. Dreaming big, therefore, is as much about healing your self-doubt as it is about chasing your vision. The real battle is not out there, it is within. Win the war inside, and the outside world will begin to align with your belief. So ask yourself, what dream have you buried because others called it impossible? What vision have you hidden because fear told you it was too risky? What desire have you silenced because the world told you to be realistic? Those dreams are not dead, they are waiting for you to breathe life back into them, waiting for you to say, "I choose to believe again." And yes, people will doubt you. They may laugh, criticize, even try to pull you back into the safety of mediocrity. But remember this, no one who ever achieved the impossible did so with universal approval. The greatest dreamers were often the most doubted, but they did not let the voices of fear drown out the voice of possibility. Neither should you. So when they tell you your dream is too big, smile. When they call it impossible, thank them, for they have only revealed the limits of their own imagination, not yours. You were not born to live in the shadow of doubt, nor to confine yourself within the walls of fear. You were born to expand, to rise, to imagine what others cannot, and then to make it real. Your dream may scare you, but that fear is proof that it matters. The impossible may loom large, but it is only large until someone dares to step forward and claim it. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Life will never present the flawless set of circumstances you think you need. The perfect time is not on some distant horizon, the perfect time is now. Every second you hesitate, the dream withers a little. Every step you take, no matter how uncertain, waters it back to life. You do not need to know the entire path. You only need to know the next step, and then another, and then another. That is how impossible becomes possible, one courageous act at a time. Think of the people who once stood where you are now, holding a vision bigger than themselves. They were doubted, dismissed, even ridiculed. But they pressed forward, they stumbled and rose again. They dared to dream so big that their courage rewrote history. And now, their stories are proof that you, too, can shape the future. Your dream may not change the whole world, but it will change your world. And in changing yours, it may light the path for countless others who needed to see that it could be done. So, dream boldly. Do not apologize for wanting more. Do not shrink because others are afraid to expand. Stand tall in your vision, even when your knees shake. And remind yourself daily, the impossible is not a barrier, but a challenge. It is life asking, how much are you willing to grow? You have within you the resilience to keep moving, the creativity to find new paths, and the strength to rise after every fall. You have within you the power to dream so audaciously that your very life becomes a testimony to the truth. Nothing is impossible. So let this be your call to action. Let this be the moment you stop settling for less and start daring for more. Let this be the day you refuse to let fear dictate your destiny. Dream big not because it is easy, but because it is the only way to live fully. Dream big because the impossible was always waiting for you.